Okay. When you add or subtract fractions, the biggest idea is common denominator. Okay? And I always want to think lowest as well, lowest common denominator. Okay? Because something like 5 and 6, okay, I don't have a reason to pick 60 because 30 is lower, right? Okay, so always want to think about lowest. Okay, so these are some just number examples. That's not what we're doing in this unit, but I'm going to show you a number example and then show you a rational example with our variables involved. Okay, so if you ever see this and this, they're already the same.
Whoa.
So that means you just leave it. If they're the same, then I can just add the top. So how can I transfer that knowledge of my past to the new knowledge? So x plus 3 is the same bottom as this x plus 3. So x plus 3 is the bottom, which means I do nothing to the things in the top, and that's what I get. Okay, now the next example is a little bit of a step up. So there's a 4 here and a 12 here, so I'm going to pick what that everything would fit into. 12. Okay, so the 4 would have to get multiplied by 3. Therefore, I also multiply the top by 3. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So 9. I did nothing to 12, so I do nothing to the 1. Okay, so how does that relate to rationals?
You have to bring it down.
That's fine. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to factor that. Okay. Recognize. We have to get faster at recognizing. So every time we're seeing these, we should get faster and faster. Difference of squares. X plus 3, x minus 3. Now I'm going to think, what do I need in order for both parts, both fraction bottoms to fit into? I'm going to need an x plus 3 and an x minus 3. Okay, I'm going to look. Does this fit into that? Yep. Does this fit into that? Yes. Okay, so what did I do to this bottom? I times it by a x minus 3. It was an x plus 3, and now it's x plus 3, x minus 3. So I times it, which means I have to also multiply the top. So what happens when you multiply something like that? 4x subtract 12. Look at this bottom, look at this bottom. What did you do to it? Nothing. So you don't do anything to the top. Then I'm just going to work to simplify. So stuff I can put together. I can do a 9x on that. Minus 12 over the common denominator. Okay, so sometimes on the top you'll be able to put a few things together because you're simplifying. Okay, so this one, now both numbers, I need to get a common denominator between the two of them. So I'm going to pick 28, which is 7 times 4, by the way, right? So therefore, I needed both things into the denominator. Okay, looking here to here, what did you do to that? Multiplied by 4. I'm going to multiply the top by 4. So do you understand it would create a distribution? Because I'm multiplying it all by 4. Okay, let's look at this fraction. What did you do from this to this? You multiplied it by 7, so you're going to be multiplying by 7. Okay, here's what I want you to think about this. There's a subtract sign, so we're subtracting the entire thing that we're doing. So this is how you're treating it. I'm going to subtract 7 times that. I'm going to have to distribute the 7 and distribute the subtraction of it all. This is where I catch a lot of mistakes because people forget to subtract the entirety of it. Okay, I'm going to be putting these two things together. So I had a 4x subtract a 7x. And I'm going to put those values together, a 20 subtract 21. Okay, so this example is the same idea as that one. What do I need in my bottom in that everything will fit into it? I need an x minus 4 and an x plus 2. I need them both in there. Okay, what did you do from here to here? What did you do? You multiplied it by an x plus 2. You're going to have to multiply the top by x plus 2. Okay, so work that through. Okay, the next fraction from here to here, what did I do? Multiplied it by an x subtract 4. I will also do that to the top then. Okay, and here again, guess where I might trick some people? I have a minus 3 going through it. Okay, minus, minus. You have to distribute the negative. Okay, so there's the spot that might trick some people, the plus 12 it ends up being. Okay, 5x subtract 3x. I get 2x plus 22. Okay, can everybody factor? Can you give me some factors? They're both simple trinomials, so I'll let you have a second of your own to factor both of those. Okay, so the first one you should have used a 3 times a 2. Did you get that one right? And for the 12, you should have been using a 4 times a 3. Okay. What do I all need to have in that bottom that I would be able to fit this in there and this in there? I need an x minus 3 in there. I need an x plus 2 in there. Boom, that fits. Now I need an x plus 4. This already fits in. I don't need an extra. That's like me saying 5 times 6. I'm going to use 30, not 60. I'm not going to go up any more than I need to. Okay, that's what that's kind of doing. So put your finger on it. Can you fit this in there? Can you fit this in there? Okay, that's called the common denominator. That's you doing one idea. Now, what's missing? Okay, look at this and this. What was the change? X plus 4. So the top has to also change by x plus 4. So 2x plus 8, is that what you wrote? Okay, now I'm looking at this fraction and this. What happened? An x plus 2 was I multiplied this by x plus 2, so that was different, so I will also have to do something different on the top. Okay, you're distributing a plus 3, so plus 3x plus 6.
And you can do the thingy, when you like do the thing with the thingy.
The simplification?
That one.
So collect like terms, boom boom, x, 2x, 3x makes 5x. 8 and 6 can go together, collect. 14 over, and you have to write that. Okay, you can't just drop your denominator, right? Because it's like saying 1/4 plus 2/4 is 3. That doesn't make sense. It's 3/4. Keep your denominator.
If there are things on the top that can cancel at the bottom, do you still have to cancel them?
I don't think you'll probably run into that. Do you feel like you saw it here or no? No, you don't, yeah. You won't be running into that. Okay, last example. Okay, factorings. X plus 4, good. No factoring needed. 4 subtract x. There's a factoring that is needed. Negative out. So -1 is out of that. So now the x is plus, and the number is a -4. Okay, those negative out ones are the ones that people forget about. Okay, this is going to need some factoring. Difference of squares.
I would do x plus 4 right? Is it?
Okay, so these are all the bottoms. So I have to work to think about what am I all going to need to put in my bottom so that all 3 of those fit in. I need an x plus 4. I need an x minus 4. And I need a negative 1. Do you want to check with my putting my fingers on it? Does that fit in there somewhere? Can I put my fingers on that and on that? Can I put my fingers on that and then that? Okay, so that's the lowest common denominator. All right. What do I have to do from here to here? I'm going to be doing a multiply by those 2 things. I'm going to have to multiply by 2 things. A negative 1 and an x minus 4. Okay, I want to think about what happens here in math. When you have 3 things being multiplied, okay, pick 2 things to multiply first. Okay, which ones do you want to pick? X and negative 1, sure, it doesn't matter. So that would become negative x. Okay. Pick 2 things first. Be done. Rewrite it. Now you can multiply to the 3rd thing.
Are we just leaving out the 6?
I haven't got to there yet.
Are you supposed to leave that like that?
Yeah.
This one?
Like, no, yeah.
Yep.
You just leave it like that?
Yep.
Okay.
That's as simplified as I can go in my multiplication. Are you thinking factoring?
Yeah.
Because that's what we just got it out of, yeah. That would be just now I'm going to be going back to the top. Yeah. Yeah, factoring and distribution are the opposite events, so you just would go back and forth. Okay. Now I'm ready to tackle the second fraction. You ready? Looking at this and this. So I can put my finger on that and that. So which part was missing? X plus 4. So I'm going to be multiplying this by x plus 4. So, do you remember this? Has a negative. So then I get okay, you gotta really be careful of those negative signs. Those can be tricky. They can. Okay, now I'm on to the 3rd fraction. Look at this bottom. What happened to the bottom? It doesn't have the negative 1, so that's what changed. So I will have to also change that onto the top, which makes minus 6. Okay, so those were the 3 fractions, breaking them down. So the last step is just grouping anything that you can together on the top. So negative x squared is alone, right? What happens to you when you put those 2 x terms together? You get 0x, so I'm just not writing anything. And then I can group that, so minus 22. Okay, that's the lesson. So this is on page 3. Maybe I can possibly find a harder looking question to do with you on page 3. Okay, I will do number 9 with you. No, page 3. Do you see it, page 3 on the workbook? Yeah, oh, you're on the notes still. Okay, I'm on my workbook, and I'm on number 9. Okay. First fraction. I want to do some work on that. Can you factor that first fraction? Difference is squares. Second fraction. Nothing. There's nothing you can do to that second fraction. Third fraction. There's something. Which one is it? Factor out the 2. GCF it out. Factor out the 2 bracket. And then what do you get left with if the 2 comes out? X plus 4. Okay, it's time to choose my common denominator. So I need an X plus 4. I need a X minus 4. Okay, that fits in there. That one already fits in there. And I still need a 2. Okay, common denominator is good. Now, look at this and look at this. What happened? What's the change? There was a multiple of 2. So I'm going to multiply by 2. So 2. Look at this. Look at this. There's a 2 and an X plus 4. Okay, I'm going to write that here at the bottom because we're going to talk about what happens. Okay, when you have 3 items multiplied, multiply 2 of them. So you're picking those, 2 times 2. After you've multiplied 2 things together, rewrite it. Now take that times the third. Okay, the third fraction. Look at that, look at that. What happened? What's the change? X minus 4. So I'm going to do the changed part onto the top. Okay, be careful if there was a difference of sign there. You're carrying a plus 3 through that, not a negative 3. So plus 3. So this creates a plus 3x and a subtract 12. Okay, finalize your fraction. Just simplify the top. Okay, let's put all of our x's together first. So there and there. So I have 7x. Okay, can we do this in our head? 2 plus 16. We're at 18. Minus 12 plus 6. There we go. That is it.